All right, and we're live. Hey, everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Just thought I would sit down and do a current events and Q&A for you guys this afternoon. These have been going really good lately in the afternoon. Let me make sure I get the little goals set, and we'll have a topic we're going to talk about. And let's hope this has been as good as, say, yesterday was, right? We had good stuff. Yesterday was on fire, man. Yesterday, we had multiple new members sign up. Yeah, like $40 in super chats through the whole day. I don't expect that every day, but we'll see what happens today though. This might be lit up because we got the topic over there. Let me put up a community tab post. Might have picked up another client yet again. One of my guys I do consultations with asked me, "Hey, can I apply for coaching?" It's like, yeah, I don't see that you that. All right, so that's one of my current guys just renewed a package that came through today. We doing good. That's why the only thing I'm worried about is just doing lives on here at this point. I'm just going to do lives for my audience. But let me make a community tab post and I will get right over to you guys and gals, right? Brosips and Brosafinas. Right? Brosips and Brosafinas. All right, so let's get over to the topic. Natural hypertrophy. Hello, YouTube. He is gone. He is MIA still. He has disappeared. Still, no sign of him. Nobody has heard anything from this man. This man made his whole career making 26 hours of hate videos about me, full of lies and nonsense and absurdity. Does all that, starts his whole little side coaching thing, makes tens of thousands of dollars doing it, and then he disappeared. The rumor is still that he got deported. But even though he's back over in Algeria now, right? Even though he's over in Algeria, he should be able to restart his channel. What's the deal? Unless he is in prison or he's dead. He tried to shack up with Cubby. Well, I don't think they recognize homosexual marriage over there as grounds for a visa. So that's what's going on. You guys know what we're talking about. Natural hypertrophy with my outrageous French accent, talking about yes and blah blah. While I do the ice bucket challenge. Why couldn't he just do to train like I do to get forearms? He had no forearms. Coach over here with forearms, looking like this, just from training with no straps. And he's strapped up with everything like his buddy strap on. Just like his buddy strap on Destiny. All right. Oh, Coach, why doesn't Alex Harbor now have natural hypertrophy as addict like Anne Frank? That's a good question, man. Why didn't he? He could have been like the Diaries of Anne Frank. He's going to hide natural hypertrophy from the Trump administration. Because I mean, people are trying to pretend like it's like the Nazi regime because they're deporting illegal immigrants. Oh, for insane. No, it's called deporting illegal immigrants, guys. Every country on earth does this. It's normal procedure around the world. We're more lenient than most countries are with it. They have to lift with straps as part of their religion, man. It's part of the strap-on Destiny religion. They're required to lift with straps. Like they're not allowed to build jacked forearms, okay? Because they have to be able to do a rice bucket challenge instead of, just pulling raw in order to build big, massive forearms like this, guys. You see me doing any of that nonsense? No, I pull without straps. I do all my lifting without straps. It builds forearms. If they pull raw, they're a heretic. Okay, I got it. Because they don't want to get strong. Remember, Frenchie was against getting strong. He's like, getting strong is powerlifting. We have to only bodybuild. Therefore, we have to use straps for everything. We can't actually get strong. We're not allowed to. Right? Terrified of barbell lifts. They all are, unless they can wear wrap up like mummies. They got to wear straps for everything. You know, that guy trash talked me. You know, that's what's crazy, man. The dude stood here and trash talked me. But then he put 500 pounds on a bar to deadlift it and put straps on and was straining and hitching and had to have straps to do one rep that would not count anywhere. You guys watch me do, like, I've done 6 reps multiple times on camera with that same weight with just chalk in the belt. Come on, guys. At age 48, like, that's embarrassing, right? Instead of all, just think about if instead of all those hours he sat down making hate videos on me, he would have just trained harder, right? Think about that for a moment. Look at how weak and pathetic the dude was on the deadlift. All those hours of videos and editing that he made talking about me, had the guy just dedicated that same time to lifting heavy, how strong would he have been? Man, at least I get my heavy lifting in between my videos. Clearly, somebody else wasn't, right? He probably needed straps, though, to be fair, because his hair and beard were so nasty and greasy that the oils from them got all over his hands and they were too slippery to pull anything with without straps. Right? You can see who'd be shifting the heavy stuff. That could be what it is. Maybe that's why. I mean, Alex is kind of nasty looking too, to be honest, man. You got to wonder, you know, so you see how they're all greasy and nasty. I wonder what all their houses look like. I wonder if they're clean. You guys have seen my home. I actually sweep and mop and dust and wipe the countertops down. Seriously, I don't see anyone training as hard as thank you, Charlie. You know, no, there's dudes who train as hard as me or harder. I don't know about many YouTubers though. Not many dudes on the tubes do. I know some dudes out there who train hard. I mean, bro, like my bro Nikola. Okay, you've seen Nikola, right? I did a Skype with him, one of my bros. That dude trains. I've seen that guy put up a clip before of him deciding to leg press after squatting. And he put a pretty heavy amount of weight on it. And he did like 50 or 60 reps. And the dude was like shaking. The dude's like trying to just get one more rep. He's like rest pausing. And the dude is like shaking on like rep 50 or 60. And I mean, it wasn't a massive weight. It was like 500 or 600 or whatever, you know, but just the sheer number of reps he was doing, the dude's literally like shaking while he's doing it, just trying to get a couple more reps. But he squats. He's like a legit 550 squatter, though. You know, he did that at past age 40. Yeah, I mean, man. Let's see me attempt a 315 for 20. I did 12 the other day after doing 415. I did 12 and then walked in and racked it pretty easy. I mean, if I were to try to rest pause it all the way, I could probably get. I feel like if I were to rest pause it and not try to do, you know, pause reps and the Widowmaker, I could probably get 20. Right. I'm not blogging any of it. No, I took myself a little tiny little short run just to get some breath air. No, I mean, I'm not pushing those hard right now. I'm trying to recover from my lifting, so I'm doing just enough cardio to maintain. I may try to get the app up and see how I do tomorrow. I might do one in the morning. I'm going very easy on the running. I'm feeling lazy with it, trying to recover from this lifting and pushing progression because I'm deadlifting and benching really hard right now, plus a GBP. I'm trying to find my balance on the recovery yet. It's quite a bit for me to balance. And I feel like I'm in a good sweet spot finally on the lifting recovery. I'm trying to be very careful with how much I run. Charlie, they didn't take the picture. And why are you discussing that at all? Like, how would you even know about that? Unless you're following their nonsense and seeing they're taking my pictures that are uploaded and photoshopping them. How do you even know about it? You just outed yourself, Charlie. Like, how would you know about that if you're not hanging out watching their videos? because I have the original picture that no one took a picture. It's my pictures that were uploaded to the internet. Do you see my point, Charlie? No one took a picture of me. A friend of mine took a picture of me. All right, I have a question. Is 33 too old as a beginner to reach a high level of strongman training or powerlifting? Broken dreams is the last thing I needed already to suffer. I mean, it's hard to get a late start, but get in and train, man. Get in and just train. No one can answer that question for you. All right. Yeah, I'm just saying, man. All right. That little detail caught him. Right. So why do you guys feel the need to bring that up? I'm trying to not discuss trolls at all. I'm trying to cut it completely out of my chats. So let's just move on and pretend that didn't happen, Charlie. I'm gonna start banning those things for any discussion of it because I want to just weed it out. It needs to go away. But we're gonna let it slide for now. Because the dude's masturbating now because you mentioned it. He's probably sitting there literally jerking off at your comment. All right, next. Oh my God. Yeah, the devil's in the details, man. Yeah. Yeah. There's so much AI stuff now with me out there. It's gotten crazy. Gotten cray. But onto serious topics. No, I mean I definitely try to train hard. Right. Well, people think I'm stupid, Peppermint, unfortunately. Or they think that I don't realize when people are sitting here, I'll play games with them a little bit. Just like we outed what's his name, who we blocked this morning. I said a week ago I knew he was a gang member. Based on the things he types and the things that he wrote before he even outed admitting to that felony, I knew he was a gang member. It's not hard to pin these things down. Remember, everybody has internet access, You don't know that some of the people on the live streams aren't streaming from a prison during their little bit of hour they might have online. Watching. You don't know. And that's something people have to remember with randoms on the internet, just in general. You are aware that every horrible human being on earth also has internet access. Serial killers, pedophiles, kidnappers, right? Gang members, they all have internet access. You don't know who you're dealing with people you're just talking to randomly. You don't know. So this assumption, that all the most evil and terrible people don't do stuff also, they're all on here. Hell, some really terrible people make channels who are really into bad stuff. I mean, case in point, right? People throw the stuff at me like I'm some horrible person who's done tons of evil stuff. Look at some of the self-admitted. I mean, Cali Muscle. Cali Muscle is a multiple-time convicted violent felon in a dirtbag. He's just a piece of crap. Right? He's a piece of crap. We saw all this stuff with what's his name, Wes Watson. These are just pieces of filth. These are pieces of filth. These are legitimately bad people who have actually done bad things in real life. Not talking about they said something mean on the internet. They said something someone didn't like online. These are people who have actually done bad things to other human beings in real life. They didn't hurt somebody's feelings. These people are all violent thugs. These are actually bad people. And they make channels and stuff. And I think people need a context for this. They forget this. Yeah. You know, it's reality though. And these are provable. These aren't even suspected. I mean, Wes Watson, it was pretty clear that he has a felony past based on some context clues. But then he committed a major felony on camera, been popped for it. Way they beat that dude on the ground. And what's even worse, the dude can't even fight. You know, so you look at all these people, these are people who have done legitimately bad things to other people, not speculated, real evidence. You know. So keep that in mind, guys, when we're talking about dealing. Hit that like button, by the way. We need some more likes in here. Coach is about to go refill his water. All right. Right. I'll be back. Yeah, tell them, hit that like button. That's right. If there's a God in this world, then why is he letting these horrible thugs be successful? To help me be more successful than these scumbags. Because God's not necessarily helping them. The world is not always a fair place, LJ. You get no fair or get anything in this life beyond what you get, you know. God doesn't promise you riches on earth. Stacy's got a point. There's more comments from regulars than likes. Why aren't they hitting the like button? Coach, you ever write a song about natural hypertrophy? Least you could do for him, given the hours and hours of content he made about me. Right? That's right. Life's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. I'm not saying God doesn't sometimes reward people with blessings, you know, but God may test you. The only thing that God promises you is in the next life. You know, that's it. But what do you mean by to the top? Right? They climb your way to the top, man. It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. That's what AC/DC said. Ding, 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 ding. Right. So yeah, no, it wouldn't go viral at all, Stacy. There's no that would be insane. Only an insane person would sit down and watch any of that. Considering he fabricated 90% of it, that would just be a ridiculous waste of my time. And it's not about getting views from that, it's about what the algorithm kicks out at this point. Just because I make the video, if my algorithm feed is clogged, it'll never get seen. The video might get 300 views. So, no, that's not how it works. I have to get them to see me as non-spam again. Right? I have the followers. They're just not getting it in their feed. They're not getting stuff. I occasionally get people coming through going, wow, I didn't get any notifications from you for 5 years. Wow, you just appeared magically again as a subscriber. People do that all the time. All right. So, Stacy, you're coming across more than a little bit trolly here. Right? We get people coming through there not realizing I didn't make any content. That's the problem. That's why these live streams are helpful. Yes, Stacy, we already noticed. Miss Stacy. If that is even your real name. I get banned every few days. Well, there you go. We already know. Hey, Peppermint. You're not a legitimate fan. You're a legitimate troll. All right, you're living proof that Age Defiant has called for a kapow as a channel member who pays for a channel membership. Do we have a second? Joe gives a stay. Okay. All right. 2 kapows, 1 stay. Peppermint gives a kapow. You don't give a crap. Yeah, you give a crap. You wouldn't keep making profiles if you didn't give a crap. Listen to this. I'll just make another account. You sound like Crazy K. Have you guys seen that movie, Tales from the Hood? Crazy K when he's laying there. I don't give an F. I don't give an F. I don't give an F. And one dude, you go and give an F. Bow! Right there. They just bust a cap in him. Kapow! And you're out of here, Stacy. You sound like Crazy K laying there on the ground, coughing up blood. I don't give an F. I don't give an F. You go and give an F. Kapow, blah, blah. Right? You guys know that movie. F out the way. Right? Tales from the Hood, Crazy K. So it's funny, when I had my Mustang GT, I had a 91 GT. I got pictures up somewhere. One of my guys from work who seen the movie, we were laughing. I dropped the CD and he starts laughing because we go to lunch and we're riding in my car and I pop that in. So we're cruising down with that Spice One Born to Die song, which is the song Crazy K was playing in his 5.0 in that movie. My dad screams fire. The bullet told me shoot that motherfucker. He's a liar. Right? It's a classic, guys. It used to be called gangster rap. They call it horrorcore now in the newer genres of music. Stacy says denial. Right? Again, I am well cultured when it comes to music. Right? And that was a classic piece of cinema right there, Tales from the Hood. Stacy's mom has got it going on. That's true. That's how the song goes. Stacy's mom took some Tylenol. In this case, I agree. Definitely took some Tylenol. Went hard in the Tylenol. Oh, we got new messages there. Blasted the Tylenol. Went hard in it. She went hard in the paint. I got to figure out how I want to sing rap songs while cutting the N word out and still make it flow correctly. I'm going to have to work on this. Right? Because I could have sang hard in the paint. Waka Flocka. Oh, man. How messed up is that? Dudes would actually get upset I can't even sing a song because I'm pasty skinned. It's not fair. It's not right. Not just. I prefer aspirin because it's weak mitochondrial uncoupler. Oh, Lord. Not right. It's not fair. No justice in this world other than what we bring with the band hammer. You ever taken test P? I'm having a hard time getting test C. I might have to go with propionate. Why are you only able to get propionate, Charlie? Where are you getting your stuff from that they only have propionate instead of cypionate? I wonder which popular source you are using that only has prop versus sip. The band hammer of peace. That's right, band hammer of peace and prosperity. Someone told me I look like Kratos earlier. What are some alternative forms of cardio besides machines? Have you tried running? Like Coach? Kyle, have you tried going for a jog? Like I do? You do the teddy bounce while you run. Are the other forms of SIP is the gold standard? Because it's all over the world. That's all they really do in the U.S. Enanthate is commonly used in Europe and other countries. They're just different esters. Keep in mind, Defiant, there was a whole backstory with, remember, before the doctors and scientists fully understood this, they used to do mixed ester blends like sustenance. Right? They were unaware that SIP even starts speaking up at 1 to 2 days. So they used to do blends with test prop in the middle of the blend all the way down to undecyclinate so that it kept more stable levels. And it didn't actually produce more stable levels. It tended to be really spiky. And then, eventually doctors and scientists figured out, that the long esters actually are just the most stable. What technically is cardio? Meaning the highest, so each individual injection, you reaches its highest peak at around 48, and it's a slow taper from there per shot. So if you only took one shot and you were to get tested like every 12 hours for the next month, within 48 hours, you'll hit the peak. But then it's a slow trickle down. So once you get to like week 3, once a week shots completely stabilize and flat. Because it goes per shot with a slow taper down. Anything gets your heart at least. Are we looking for specific numbers on heart rate? Or can we say that any movement that involves using your body to move that elevates resting heart rate and breathing? Zone 2 is going to have specifics, so you're going to have to go look it up, Kyle. I'm not going to go Google the exact numbers to determine zone 2 and read them out in the chat. Sore armpit during benching, the weight feels heavy in my hands. I don't know what's going on there, Yui. So why are you having pain in your armpit? What's your technique look like? How's your form on the bench? How's your form on all your lifts? It sounds like you've pulled something, which is almost guaranteed to be due to technique or overuse. No, housework is probably not going to be quite there. Yeah, this might be consultation and need to see some form footage. Peppermint's right. I sell a lot of consultations in these. I think people understand that's one of the big perks of these live streams. I sell coaching and consultations. Your client Ryan even said that in the other chat. He's like, yeah, dude, he sold me on coaching in the live stream. No, yard work is not going to be enough. Kyle, are you trolling Home Skillet? Do you really think yard work is going to constitute? Is powerlifting good for building a base before transitioning into pure bodybuilding? No. So that's like asking me, because these are two completely different sports that have a large degree of overlap. Does competing in baseball help transition you to competing in tennis later? How much is my coaching? My coaching is currently $250 per month. Laundry doesn't make the cut either. Caffeine and many heart raising activities go hand in hand. I'm assuming caffeine doesn't raise the heart rate too much, not the amount that cardio does. But coaching is $250 a month. Right? I need to do some sweeping later this afternoon. Personally, I see some things accumulating that I need to get swept up. Right? Can't have a nasty floor. So, yeah, to your question, Kyle, you listed 2 types of competition. So, no, competing in one sport may not necessarily be a good base building for competing in another sport. Coach, you have a goal with weighted chins to get strong as hell. How's that? I'm just going to focus on just getting as strong as possible on them and limiting it to 2 sets of workout and just see what happens. I think I already know what's going to happen. When I coach myself the way I coach my clients, instead of going, no, I need to do all this bodybuilding work, I already, on some level, know what happens. Ring scapular. I found that the ring pull-ups were really problematic. I don't discuss my plans at all, Jay. Yep, getting brutally strong as possible is always the way to go. There you go. Jay, my plans are to do things that the internet will not know about, including you. That's always my plans once the camera's off. That's it. That's how my plans work. Operation Blackout. Coach no longer exists as far as the internet is concerned at that moment. Good post-recovery meal after a long mixed modality workout. Carbs. Chicken and rice, Ted. Chicken and rice. That's what I do. Some fruit. Watermelon. Ted competed today, by the way. Everybody give Ted some love. Ted competed in a strongman charity event today. Did he not? We weren't going to mention it until after the fact. Coach only shows us what he wants us to see. The rest is out of limits of respect, and people in the live stream should know this. If invited to a Q&A, who would you rather ask the questions? Jeff Nipples, NH, or Jeremy Ether? I'd let little Jeremy ask the questions. I don't want to give Nipples too much publicity with all this other stuff happening out there. His fake natty fiascos. Right? Chicken breast, rice, and pasta sauce for flavor hits the spot. That's not a bad call either. So chicken and rice. I mean, hell, you could do normal pasta if you really wanted. I got a bunch of pasta as a gift that I haven't bothered to cook. Right? Got some footage from it on my channel. There you go. Ted putting up footage. All right. So Ted over here doing charity events, just like Coach, following in those footsteps. You got to help people out. Sometimes you got to use your strength to help other people. Coach, if you could get to a 3-plate chin-up, that would be insane. Maybe. What age you start training? Oh, man, that is a complicated. Okay. I made a whole video breaking down the convoluted timeline. Like, are you asking the first age I touched a weight? Or are we asking the first age I started actually trying to progressive overload going to the gym regularly? Because they're like a decade apart. So it's kind of a problem. Early 20s would be the second one. But my dad had a little bench and we had a couple dumbbells at home I played with a little off and on when I was like 12. Does that count? See the problem with the question? Yes, Ted is still a client. All right. Apparently, there's a listeria outbreak in frozen pasta meals, making me wonder who actually buys frozen pasta meals in the first place. Listeria is usually from people drinking raw milk, but whatever, man. Coach, would you take a disgraced Mike Israel University course if given $100,000 grant. Oh man, for $100,000, bro, there's a lot of stuff I would do for $100,000. Tychus, I mean, I'd even do your mom for $100,000, homie. Frenchie's still on the run from the museum heist, maybe. Coach, who do you think would win in a fight, Jeff Nippert or Greg Doucette? Jeff seems so soft to me. The money's. Oh man. So this is a serious question. So Joey, we're serious, right? Like all trolling aside, right? Right? I'm gonna go with Greg. I think Greg would clean his clock. Greg would destroy him. Yeah, no, dude. Greg, I think Greg would mess him up, dude. If I just had to go off my gut instinct. Well, that might be true with the crazy voice and the screaming. I don't know the exact age, Kyle. I've only estimated. Back over to the chat. Greg's voice doesn't match the body. I only have estimates to that one, Kyle. I don't even have an answer to that. Did I start running soon after? I'm not going to be able to pin that down, honestly, because I'm not 100% sure the year the picture was taken and so on and so forth. So there's no point in me trying to answer something that I'm not sure of. And it's not helpful to anybody for me to get something wrong. All right, Greg's voice doesn't match the body he has, makes me more confident for the games. Although, since that is a printed out picture, I wonder if there's dated info on it. I'm not sure. Sometimes old film, they'll have years on it, sometimes on the back. So that's a good question. Damn, now I'm wanting to check. Ranching, do you not know what ranching means? So you already answered the question yourself. Right? The answer is both, but ranching is not farming. Now you guys are wanting me to I'm actually curious what year that was in. Y'all sending me on a wild goose chase. All right. Okay. So I'll make it really easy. You know how there's a whole carnivore and there's a whole vegan movement as fad diets? So think of ranching as carnivore and farming as vegan for the most part. All right, is there any information, official, no, there's no information. Here's the picture though. You saw some regulars starting to get worried, right? So my dad had a peach orchard completely separate from all of this that he bought later when I was an adult. My dad's family had both a corn farm and a cattle ranch several miles apart. We did not, our part of the family did not inherit any of the actual farm, but they inherited the ranch. Right? Yeah, Lars has been MIA since that surgery. So when I say ranching, I do mean cattle, right? So we started with mixed breed, and then my dad changed it over as he continued to buy out brothers and sisters. He changed over to Black Brangus. So we had a lot of Angus and then mixed hybrids like Limousine and other stuff. And so we switched over to fully to Brangus over time. So he transitioned to the herd. So, yeah, Kyle, you're getting way too detailed, way overthinking, going way too far back. Seems very strange. Keep in mind, I haven't been obese in a really long time, and a lot of the ranching was as I was getting into shape too. So I did my whole weight loss journey while doing ranching. Right? Like it was a regular part of my life at that point, and it probably didn't hurt my efforts at all. What's the best tasting part of the cow? I mean, I'm personally very partial to things like ribeye, honestly. Right. I'll be thinking deep. We still need to get those likes up. All these new people in here, there's still only 8 likes. Come on now, get that like button up. Guys. Give me just a minute here, guys. All right. We're back in here. Finally getting some people in. There's no more lakes. So, of course, there's a lot of agriculture in California, not really in LA County. Barrel-chested, country-fed, corn-fed country boy, right? Would you say being on a long bulk for a few years will get a big physique quicker than going a slow cut and finally? No, you slow bulk, dude. Just gain muscle slowly. No, I don't tell guys to bulk like that generally. We all eat mama's grits around these parts, yes, sir, right? I appreciate that call hit. Like, what's up, client? Teddy checking in. Hi, coach. Right? Good stuff. Which one? I just made a bunch of Facebook posts. Should we be worried about foods that spike blood sugar? You should be worried about a lifestyle that spikes blood sugar, not necessarily foods. Foods shouldn't spike your blood sugar in general, unless are you talking junk food? Are you talking about eating a giant piece of pie, or are you just talking about carbohydrates? No, if you have a good insulin response and you're fit with muscle, then no, absolutely no. You shouldn't be worried about that at all. You shouldn't be worried about it at all. Ted may not still be in here. Oh, that post you made just now, yeah. I recommend you leave your blood and skin flakes caked into someone else's bar, obviously. There you go. Oh. Ted doesn't really put up with even slightly trolling comments towards him. From chronic online usage, I now have paranoia about carbs. Yeah, Blaze, that's the unit. You're reading the wrong sites then. Tim, I'd like to cut a Ted's jib, as we say in the UK. I've already told you guys when Ted's chatting with me, client to coach, he makes fun of the trolls. Like, he makes fun of them big time. Like, he doesn't show them any mercy. None at all. He's not the only one who does that either, though. Generally, if people want me to coach them, they're fans. Isn't it sad? What? Is Ted stronger than Coach now? EJ, I hope you trolling, bro. I mean, at the overhead press. We'll wait for Ted to answer. He's going to give you a funny answer, though. He'll give you guys a funny answer. Man. This one's going a little slow, too. Hey, Kyle, here's the problem, though. You said you laughed at the post I just made. Kyle, but you didn't click like on it or engage it. So you're literally watching the Facebook from the stream and you didn't click a like on the post that you thought was funny and laughed at. Mr. Kyle. That's very sus. I'm going to give you 5 seconds to click like on it before I'm going to let Trill or some of these guys put it up. Blaze click like. Let's see. I'm going to check. Let's see. Did anybody click like? Blaze didn't click like. Ethan, nobody clicked like. Man, now Blaze is calling for a kapow, Kyle. All right. Yeah, check that name. Kapow, his account. Oh, his account was made today. So Trill is called for a kapow. Oh, okay. No, I meant on the fair enough Blaze. I meant on the status. Defiance called for a kapow. Blaze is giving a kapow. Andrew gives a kapow. Or I'm sorry, Alejandro. EJ gives a stay. No, it's not bad for my thing at all. It's actually good. So Paul Riley calls for a kapow. Kyle, you have been judged and found guilty by a jury of your peers. You are sentenced to death. A little bit of shake and bake, kapow, and you out of here. No, because it's sus that he was immediately said that he laughed and saw the status I made and he didn't engage it. He saw it instantly and commented on it. Right? Snitches. F out the way, man. We don't need that nonsense. I said it like the YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, no, Blaze said that he liked the YouTube, which that's going up. Those YouTube likes are climbing on up, guys. Moving on up. We're getting some tension in the live. We are, man. Getting a little tension here, man. Y'all gotta unwind a little bit. You gotta learn to just relax. I can sit back for once and watch, right? Peppermint's not getting in any fights here. Don't involve me this time. Regular on regular crime, I see. Right? That's how it is, though, man. You know, that's how it is. 37, circling alone. It's because we do that natural hypertrophy and it's tattoo. Just since there's that many watching, I'll keep them entertained for a moment. We were talking about natural hypertrophy. Hello, YouTube. Today we're going to talk about Jason Blaha and Mount Outrageous French accent. You stinky English pig dogs. Your mother was a hamster and your father smelled of elderberries. Now go away, or I will taunt you a second time. Talking about that guy. Man, do you guys take everything out of context that I say. Y'all got to learn to actually listen to my exact words. Jay Flowers, just saying, bro. That is literally not what I said. I said when I eventually move. Oh, that's what hypertrophy is, baby. Please. No, you're getting confused with Louis Marco. LJK says post-workout meal protein shake with creatine. basmati rice and salmon. Then as dessert, I have Greek yogurt and peanut butter banana. That sounds pretty good. Bro, you got to just, yeah. Man, Alejandro, be calling it. Advice for dealing. How about we just quit ignore them, man? The best thing you can do. Quit feeding trolls is the best thing you can do, please. Honestly, I got to do better about that. I just gonna quit talking about them and just ban. All right, we got to quit giving them airtime in these lives. That only makes matters worse. People feed them. So, right. It just feeds them, guys. Jay Flowers, wide receiver for the Baltimore Ravens. Well, we're working on getting Ted's bench up, man. Rome wasn't built in a day. How often do you fast? Every day. What's the longest do you fast? 18 to 19 hours is usually the longest. Right? That's usually the upper threshold. I fast every day. I do intermittent fasting year round. I've been doing it a long time. I do all my training fasted. All of it. Good day, Brother Jason. Regulars checking in. Finally got a notification you were live today. There we go. What type of music do you listen to when you train? If I listen to music at all, were you asking me if I'm giving you permission to have pizza? Yeah. Ted says he overhead presses more than the average bench on this chat. Man, that's kind of a clap back, EJ. Ted's been facts. So what type of music? A lot of my regular playlist would be ZZ Top, AC/DC, Motorhead. It'd all be regulars for me. Iron Maiden. I think AI will be the death of us if we're not careful. I'd put Ted doing a 205 overhead press on camera. Ted has done a strict press with 205. Long time VR. I cleared out a bench thing for me. There you go. Y'all calling Ted strong, but he can't do 225. Ted says the average person's chat bench is 350. Sure, right. We are slowly but surely building Ted's bench. His bench has been his weakest lift. Right. I bench 350. Coach can do it. We've had a few solid benchers come through here. I've had dudes come through who do reps with 405 and just hit their stuff at their regulars sometimes. They're fans. All right. LJ says I started back on strong list 5x5, get my numbers back up, then go to 5-3-1 boring but big, then do a strongman. That's the plan. Going to the top. Wish me luck. Hey, good luck to you, LJ. Get after it, man. There you go, bro. Nothing to do but to do it. Right? Just get in and get the work done for the next couple of years. And then go compete. Oh. Well, there's always going to be some Delray Misfits fans in here. I can think it's weird, but, what are you going to do? I can't say I've ever really understood the whole thing. Defiant Lee Trill says, if someone asked me what I could overhead press, I'd say their mom. What if they go, man, my mom isn't fat. What do you must be pretty strong then. You'd be like, exactly. So what if their mama's 300 pounds though, and then they caught you in a lie? What do you know about retrotide? I mean, just a little bit. I'm not an expert on it. Cheers, man. 33 years old is nothing. Just pay more attention to recovery. Plus, old man strength is real. There you go. Right. Folks says, hey, coach, is there a better exercise than back extensions to focus on lower back? Yes, the reverse hyperextension. BBW spike adrenaline some? It's possible. Your mama took Tylenol, right? Oh, man. Mimi and Jason's reaction. Coach seems happy today. Yeah, coach is doing okay today. Oh, man. Record live, whether we did. It kind of made me tired now. I don't have bringing that same energy because I was in that really long coffee chat. But I wanted to hit a good one this afternoon and see what we get. It's gotten a little slower though. Coach is feeling a little bit lived out. Right, we're feeling a little lived out. But the thing is, at least people are getting the alerts. Even though we didn't really get supers, I might wind this down anyways. It'll be one of those days. It happens. But we got, I think, a channel membership out of the day. I think we got one this morning. So it's all good, guys. Yeah, it might be time to wind it down. Coach getting a little tired. Let me give you guys a bicep shot before we go. Oh, my biceps. And we're out.